It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. For the chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. Being chased out left. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, check that, street.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 63 yards. And the Eagles have struck first in this NFC title game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Lance looking to throw it. Out to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lance and company going on 4th down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Throwing now is Lance. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown from 17 yards out. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Another run here with Sanders. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Come on. 18 Cardinal. Here we go. Quick, go.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. Now it's Lance. Sliding up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Here's Lance. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. The Lance going to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but well, that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And Lance now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Lance now on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up second down. Now Lance steps away. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one... He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, 49ers! Marquise Goodwin, 75 yards, and the Niners get a bit closer. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
That's caught, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. McCaffrey fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Again, McCaffrey, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now a play fake. Lance. This is caught. So he stopped for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Drill 52. Steel flat.
And they'll go for it. Lance, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50. The 30, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Black Ultra. Set, go. Hey, go Fury. Ready, go.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. And down to a knee. Well, that's one option.
Here we go, set. 60 red. 60 red.
57 to mine. 57 to mine. Check, 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 check.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Gotta get the stop here, D. 17's Mike. Mike 17. Come on. You better bring it.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless. And so am I. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they will take a knee here.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
We got 4. We got 4. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. One.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
On the set.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
Ready, ready.
And they take a knee.
Down. Clock 40.
Let's go. Double time, double time. 4 down, check.
Cut, go.
And they will take a knee here.
Let's go now. Black, 95.
Come on, let's go. 57's a Mike. 57's a Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Ready, go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
On the ready.
Mike 54. Come on, D.
Ready, ready.
And they take a knee.